Boozhoo Nanaboozhoo dog. Hello, my fellow Anishinaabe, and welcome back to Boozhoo Nanaboozhoo, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. I am David Bowie. David Bowie Nandijin cause. David Bowie is my name. Now please welcome Nanaboozhoo.
Okay, hey, Boozhoo, and welcome back to the show. Huh? I can't believe you got David Bowie to do the intro. Yeah, pretty good. A lot of people think he's dead. Really? That's right. They say he died years ago, but apparently he just moved to that place on the other side of the ice wall. Oh, in Antarctica? Yeah. Yeah, none of the rock stars actually die. He moved to that magical place with the Fountain of Youth and with Prince and Elvis and those guys. Oh, yeah, I think I saw a video. Yeah. Okay, hey, Boozhoo. Anyway, yeah, welcome back to the early morning live stream. It is Easter Sunday. It is a sacred day, and it's also a prayer day. I guess they're always prayer days. But in the Ojibwe language, we call Sundays prayer day. Anima e gisha good. And today, for the followers of Yeshua, of all that, it is a really big prayer day. So, hey, Daniel Black is here. Boozhoo, Daniel. Mino Giga Jabe, and Happy Easter. Daniel's here, sweetie. Hey, Boozhoo, Daniel. There's Natasha. She wanted to say hello. And so, yeah, we hopped on over at Facebook real briefly to invite them to come over. The Nanaboozhoo channel is getting close to getting 2,000 subscribers. Huh, sweetie? Yeah. So if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button. If you'd like. If we get to 2,000 subscribers, which is nothing to most YouTube channels, but for us, I think there were 2,000 people in the audience the first time I saw Kiss. And during the Lick It Up tour? Yeah. So this is a milestone. If we can get 2,000 audience members, potential, then we're going to be as popular as Kiss in 1983. Anyway, that was stupid. So, our prayer this morning, I thought we'd start the show with a prayer to the Great Spirit for this Easter prayer day. So, in the Anishinaabe, get your tobacco, hold it here to your heart. And, get humble. And you can say, Gitche manado, Dagawi duka wishin, Ando minawe nungum. Great Spirit, please help me to speak well today. Migwech kaiji kakina gegu kaiji chikea nungum. Thank you for everything that you do today. Migwech kaiji buck. Thank you for the weather. Migwech kaiji gija guk. Thank you for this day. Migwech kaiji bimadazi yan. Thank you for my life. And migwech bizandawieg. Thank you for listening. Ope inge. Amen. And Daniel Black says, he must be listening. He's not interrupting. Yeah. How was that? Get your man to do? Oh, that was lovely, son. Yeah, I thought you liked that. I didn't want to interrupt you. I just wanted to listen to the lovely Ojibwe language. Oh, I tell you, I did a good thing when I invented that language. Yeah, you really did. Nicely done. So, there you go. Just, you got to thank the Great Spirit for your life and for everything that he does. And, there's a weird kind of humility meets arrogance or whatever when it comes to prayer. You humble yourself. Most of the time you're going to find that you just end up thanking him for everything. But when you have enough gratitude, I think it must go along with, you suppose it goes along with having faith? Probably. Yeah. So your faith gets stronger the more grateful you are. Because, if you don't believe in the Great Spirit providing for you and blessing you and protecting you and whatever, creating everything for you, if you didn't have any faith in that, you wouldn't have any gratitude for it. So the more gratitude you have, the stronger the faith. It makes you humble. But then when you get humble, you are in a right state to ask for stuff, ask for blessings. I was watching that show, The Chosen. I think it's called The Chosen. It's on Facebook and YouTube. It's about the disciples of Jesus. And it's really great. Oh, wow. The music's awesome. The acting's great. I think it's the best portrayal of Jesus I've ever seen. It's like a mini series or something. But why did I bring that up? It's just a great miniseries. And what was I talking about, sweetie? I don't know. Prayer or something? Asking for stuff. I don't know. It's really something when you watch Jesus pray, because he doesn't ask for forgiveness. He just says, glorify your son, so I may glorify you, or whatever. But, so as I get older and my faith grows, because I'm just getting, more blessed, I kind of taught myself, you'll see back here there's a piano. Since the, COVID shut down, I learned how to play piano. I didn't take lessons. I just picked it up. But I didn't just pick it up. I was inspired. I just felt like it's been sitting there for years, and I've been a guitar player forever. But I never learned to play the piano. I never took lessons. I can't read music. So I had a little more time on my hands and learned the piano. And yesterday I was going, how do I know how to play the piano? That's insane. I don't mean to brag, but I think it was kind of like you stumble onto like a skill. But you don't stumble onto it, you're blessed with it. I found myself just got granted another blessing this year. Of the many, including the show. Including every joke I've ever said or funny bit. I think I'm just tuned in to the Great Spirit. And so it makes me pray more and it strengthens my faith. But in turn, now I feel kind of, cocky. So before the show today, I said a prayer. I was like, help me be my best self. Let me be really funny and informative and whatever. Glorify me. So, I don't know. Those are just some of my thoughts on this Easter Sunday. Hey, and Chris is here. Boozhoo, Chris. Mino Giga Jabe. Chris says, life itself is a blessing. Yeah, huh? Like in that prayer, you just say, Miigwech Gaiji Bimada Ziyan. Thank you for my life. I haven't always been thankful for my life. I took everything for granted. I could only focus on the things I wanted that I didn't have. And most of those things were just sort of brainwashed into me anyway. Crying around about not being richer while I live in America in 2021. Oh, what was me? how come I can't be even more famous? How come I don't have 2,000 subscribers? Why have you forsaken me? And then when you finally, cycle through the whole thing of self-pity, you end up growing up and you get humble and you pray. And then it's like the veils are lifted and you go, oh, wow. Well, what do you know? God's real. That's a relief. And everything changes. Then you go, wow, it is like a magic trick. It's not magic. It's like a miracle. So, Jim is here. Boozhoo Jim. Good to see you. My Niji. And Sheila's here. Boozhoo. How are you, Sheila? Happy Easter. Awesome to see you. Yeah. So, big prayer day. Got to go out and get your prayers on. Let's see what's going on. Hey, sweetie. Yeah? You got a phone call? Oh. Can we patch them through? Sure. Line 2. Yeah, line 2. Caller, welcome to the Boozhoo Nanaboozhoo podcast. You're on the air. Hello there. Oh, wow. Is this President Barack Obama? That is right. This is? President? Yeah. Barack Obama? Hey, that's great. Welcome to the show. Oh, wow. We sure do get a lot of presidents calling in. Yeah. What can I do for you today, sir? Well, son, I was wondering if I could possibly teach the Ojibwe word. You want to teach the Ojibwe word of the day? Of the day. We just did a whole prayer in Ojibwe. It's getting kind of out of hand. People like to call in and then well, sir, I was the Commander-in-Chief of the United States of America. Okay, go ahead. It'll take less time to let him do it than it will be. What word would you like to teach today? Well, Nanaboozhoo? I would like to teach the word. This show is only an hour long. Can you maybe move it along? For chief. Because that's what I was. The commander and chief of the United States. Yeah, of America. Go ahead. What's the Ojibwe word for, chief? The Ojibwe word for chief, Ogama. Ogama. Chief. In Ojibwe. All right, that's great. Anything else I can do for you today? No? Just wanted to tell you, I love watching your show. That's great. Hey, listen, before I let you go, can I ask you a question? Well, sir, you certainly may ask me anything you like. So no disrespect intended, but that Michelle, she's a dude, right? Well, Nanaboozhoo, I don't mind telling you, because I am a gay man. Indeed. Michelle Obama, was born Michael. There. I've said it. Not ashamed of it. I'm not proud of it. It is what it is. All right. Well, I always assume that. I saw a lot of videos. I didn't mean any disrespect, but it's kind of obvious. Yep. I don't think we fooled many people after all. All right. I'm going to let you go, Niji. All right. Gigawabamin. Minowa. Yeah, Gigawabamin. Minowa. Oh, wow. Well, there you go. I guess mystery solved. I can't believe he just announced it like that. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, not that many people watch this show, but, Yep. I always assumed, he slipped up a couple of times. You ever see that? Where Obama accidentally referred to Michelle as Michael. So, well, Michael and I want to thank you for coming over for dinner. I'm like, who? I mean, Michelle. Oh. Here, ladies and gentlemen, please, my wife. This 200-pound woman who's a head taller than me. Anyway, Daniel Black says, you got to screen these calls. Yeah, I know, huh? No more presidents. It's getting too weird. Okay, I'll try to screen the calls. Yeah. So, hey, honey, we got another call. It's not a president. Okay. Let me put him through. Okay, mine too. Caller, you're on the air.
Hey, man, how's it going?
Oh, is this Mick?
Yeah, this is Mick. This is your buddy. I'm Mick, man. What's going on?
Oh, I'm just doing a live stream. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad at all, man. I was watching your live stream. That's calling in, man. You're doing a great job.
Yeah, thanks a lot. You didn't really put much thought into your voice before you called, did you?
No, I'm just kind of doing it on the fly.
Yeah. So, what can I do for you today, Mick?
Well, I was wondering if I could teach you a Ojibwe word of the day. You know what I'm saying? I want to teach you the Ojibwe word of the day.
Yeah, no, I don't have time for that. This is Mick, you guys. I mean, beaver.
Hey, come on, man.
No, I gotta go.
All right, you can't go, man.
All right. That was Mick. He wanted to teach you a Ojibwe word too, but I don't got time for that. All right. So, up next, you know what I want to talk about? This work of art. Oh, so this is what today is kind of about. Not to throw fine art in your face this early in the morning. But to me, this kind of reminds me, this is almost like more evidence of the existence of Gitche Manadu than anything else. That he could make a human being that could make something like this. This is Michelangelo. I don't even remember what it's called because it's probably in another language. But that's Mary. And this thing is huge. I don't even know how big it is, like 20 feet tall or something. Giant size, And that's old Jesus after, that would have been, not today, back in the day, but Friday. After he taken him off the cross, And, I get emotional sometimes thinking about it. The sacrifice that Mary had to make. Everyone talks about God so loved the world that he gave his only son. Well, so did Mary, So anyway, that's Michelangelo's Jesus and Mary. Oh, part of the mystery of art and God and the Creator is that if you look back in history at all, and the greatest artists ever, they did a lot of art about Jesus. There's a lot of stories in the Bible, and there's a lot of stories in the world. I was just looking at a painting. I don't know, this guy I don't even know who did it. Probably Michelangelo. But it was that Roman story of the, what's he called? Narcissist or something? The guy couldn't stop staring at his reflection in the lake. And it was a beautiful painting and just an impossible drawing. You just go, oh, those guys are so amazing. It is so hard to draw. Number one, to draw a figure realistic. And then to draw a figure reflecting up, and have it be perfect, like a photograph. But it's way over proportion art about Jesus. And I know college people will be like, oh, that's because of patriarchy promoting their, their religion. It's like, no, I just think the great artists somehow were tapped into something that really values Jesus, maybe his dad. And I'm not going to even begin to pretend that I understand the Father, Son, Holy Ghost stuff. I understand there's a creator who created a human being. This is sort of my take on who Jesus was. There's a creator, Boozhoo Nanaboozhoo, and he wanted to come to earth. But he's not really a big old guy in a big old long beard sitting on a throne. Whatever he is would blow our minds. It's beyond our imagination. So he's got to come as one of us. And so that's why he was born through Mary, so he could have a human body in that. Okay. But when they say it's the same person, you go, well, why was he praying to himself on the cross? If you guys have any insight on this, put it in the thing. But there's a moment there on the Good Friday where Jesus is like, oh, Father, why have you forsaken me? Once again, you got to blame your parents for everything. But what was up there? If he is God, then that would be an odd thing to say. And he prayed and he spoke about God like it was his father. In Jesus' words, it sounds like God was his dad. Daniel Black says, artists certainly cornered the market in relation to the Jesus business. Yeah, they really did. Well, yeah, you know what? I guess there was probably a big market. Michelangelo, people weren't going to pay him the same to paint their little shack's ceiling. But the Catholic Church, they had the big bucks. So yeah, there was probably a profit, concern there. But I think sometimes you just get inspired by God, And when I was younger, I would think, well, whatever you think God is, the higher power, whatever. In fact, I went to an AA meeting once. I don't think I was ever really an alcoholic. But I had a friend who certainly was. So we went to an AA meeting. And I was really religious at the time. Didn't have any faith. This is a good 15 years ago, 20 years ago now. And those old drunks just annoyed me. Because they were also churchy. They were also, you must repent admit your problems and give it to God. That's what they always say, give it to God. You admit you are powerless and that you need a higher power's, I'm like, shut up with that higher power nonsense. You make me want to have a drink. And then when I got older, I was like, they're probably right. Sometimes the old drunks know what they're talking about. A lot of people want to ignore the drunk. They think he has no wisdom. But let's not forget what Jesus' first miracle was. Getting the people drunk. He turned the water into wine. It's like, party up. Have fun, you guys. This is a wedding. It's a sacred ritual. You should dance and drink. Have fun. So that's what they did. And here we are, drifting on an open sea. I was telling this story on Facebook this morning about, first of all, I just ruined the Easter Bunny for the kids. I don't care anymore. I ruined Santa Claus. I told them Santa Claus was fake and that their parents were liars. And on this day, I told them that the Easter Bunny's fake too. And quite frankly, your kid's pretty slow if you can't see through the Easter Bunny. I mean, at least they made Santa Claus human. Here they're ascribing, human motivations to a rabbit. They don't really commit to, can the Easter Bunny speak? I don't know. But he snuck in here and he hid a basket for you. The Easter Bunny. I don't know. Do kids even believe in the Easter Bunny anymore? But I told them, I was like, okay, for you children who've stumbled across here on this Facebook channel, thinking that this was Sesame Street, Easter Bunny's not real. And if you have a rabbit problem, you can set snares. And I told a story how when I was a kid, there was a couple of winters there, we snared rabbits. And I quit right away because I snared one once, but it didn't die. I'm a dumb kid with my finger up my nose, making snares in the woods. And I go back to check the snares, and sure enough, there's a rabbit, but his neck is just like caught in it. He's just strangling to death. Oh, I just felt terrible. I don't remember what I did. I don't think I killed him. I think I went and got my dad, and he came out and shot him. But yeah, I was like, yeah, if you got a rabbit problem, the Easter Bunny's coming to your house. You got to set some snares. But then back in the days of the grandfathers, it was the early 1970s. And I'm sitting there eating my cereal. Easter morning. And my dad and my Uncle Vernon, they come into the door, and my dad picks up this rabbit. And he's like, I'm so sorry. He's fake crying, by the way. I'm 4. I don't understand, irony or whatever. He goes, I'm so sorry. I accidentally shot the Easter Bunny. And they had a big laugh, and I started crying. What? I'm supposed to assume you're lying about that? I thought he killed the Easter Bunny. It's not cool. And here I am, killing them all over again. So, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Anyway, so, yeah. You guys like to hear a song? You want to come up here and say hello to the people? Sure. All right, I'm going to let Natasha talk. But before she comes up here, this is, I don't know what this is.
So you want to learn Ojibwe language and culture. You've come to the right place, need you to learn about it all. Welcome to Nanaboozhoo, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. Boozhoo, Nanaboozhoo, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. Okay, hey, Boozhoo, and welcome back to the show. Welcome back to Boozhoo Nanaboozhoo, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture.
All right. Hey, everybody. Boozhoo. Minoki Gajabe. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the show. I always welcome you back when it's me who should be welcome back. So let's see who's here. Grieving Turtle. Boozhoo. Grieving Turtle. Good morning. And let's see. Chris says, you can't just see the world with your eyes alone. Yeah. You can't see the world with just your eyes, sweetie.
That's pretty deep.
Uh-huh. And Daniel says, there's a good clip with Robin Williams and the Easter Connection makes me smile all day. Oh, really? Maybe we'll check that out. Robin Williams, that's a sad one, huh? You know, I mean, I used to get kind of annoyed with his humor, but, you know, that poor man was tortured. You know, he was like the sad clown. Made everybody laugh, and then he was crying on the inside. I also heard the thing about Robin Williams was that he was destroyed by, you know, what's that called when you got to give half your money to your wife? Alimony. He was married and divorced like 3 times. And so at the end of his life, he didn't have any money. He was going to go do a sitcom again. It was back to Mork and Ork for Robin Williams. Because, you know, he made $1 billion, made all these movies. And then first wife takes half of that. He's got half of it left. Then second wife takes half of the half. Third wife takes half of the half. And by this time, you know, he owns 10 houses or something. So he was going broke. And he had like Parkinson's disease or something. He had bad health. And he had like clinical depression, drug issues. He came to Minnesota, in fact. No, that was Phil Hartman. I don't know. But I guess he had drug problems and alcohol problems. And, you know, he was a mess. And finally took his own life. I guess. Or faked it and moved to the other side of the ice wall with David Bowie. Who knows? And Brandy Marie is here. Boozhoo, Brandy. Daniel Black, it's Tasha time. Put on your caps. Grab your hats. Pull up your socks. It's Tasha time. I don't know what to say now. So yeah. Easter. When I was a little girl, Easter was the day you'd have to get up really early, go into the church, and have Easter breakfast. They'd have this like whole thing down in the basement of the church. And old Burgess Bach, the old fat cat from our small town, he owned the local business. He was the business owner. There was a couple of businesses, but he would come in and make his world-famous flapjacks. And he was like from Chicago or somewhere. We don't call them flapjacks in Minnesota. We call them pancakes. Or Johnny cakes. He called them Johnny cakes. That's what it was. It wasn't flapjacks. It was Johnny cakes. But he had a special recipe. Sometimes he, you know, my grandma would bring in blueberries. So you could bring in blueberry pancakes. Oh, wow, they were just good. And, you know, you'd be at the church basement with all the old ladies. Maybe a couple of your friends from school. The whole church people would come out, have their Easter breakfast. You know, it was fun. Sometimes they'd play a little music, you know. And you'd have to go in the kitchen and help wash the dishes and stuff. But, you know, it'd be at like 7 in the morning. And then you'd go up to Sunday school. And once in a while, if it was really nice out, you could go outside and sit in the grass. But usually it's too cold or wet. So you took one of those side rooms and, you know, some lady would teach you about the story of Jesus in a way that kids could hear without having nightmares. You know, they never said, well, let's look at what a thorny crown actually is. You know, look, children, this is a 9-inch nail they used to string them up. But you hear the story of Jesus. And my big disappointment with Easter services, why I won't be going to one today, because I think they're closed. I don't even know. But when I used to go to church all the time, me and my grandma, we'd always be there on Easter, of course. And, she'd be in the kitchen cleaning up for the Easter breakfast. But, the pastor, you know how it goes. There's the whole warm up to the whatever the pastor's going to say, the sermon. And, you got through your prayers and your songs and your announcements. And here it is, Easter morning, and he can preach about Jesus, about GOFUNDME. It's a perfect opportunity to say something deep. But they always said the same thing. They always said this: if not for Jesus' sacrifice on the cross, there would be no reason for us to be here today. There'd be much better ways for us to spend our time. But because he died for our sins, then we have a church, or whatever. And I remember even being little and going, really? So if not for that, there's no reason to have a church? There's no reason to worship God and to sing and to have a community? And the pastor doesn't even get it. You think it's just that one thing that's important? You don't even understand it. If not for this one human sacrifice, can you explain to a child what you're talking about? You can't. They never explained that to me very well. I believe it happened. I believe Jesus walked the earth and he did all these miracles and he had the disciples and he told us to quit sinning so much, for crying out loud. And I believe he died, and I believe he woke up again 3 days later, and I believe he flew up into heaven. Yeah, it's crazy. I believe that. But I don't think that we've ever understood, the pastors want to tell us what that means. Well, this means our church is the right one. 10% please. Pass it to the person by. I got a boat I need to pay for. So whatever. It's probably blasphemy what I just said, but who cares?
Oh, that's not blasphemy, love.
Oh, GOFUNDME, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing just fine. How are you, my daughter?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. I just don't understand the crucifixion and what do they call it? The trilogy? It's not called the trilogy. What's that called?
I know what you mean. The 3-in-1. I can't remember either.
You're GOFUNDME. How could you forget?
Well, I'm very old, love.
Yeah, okay. Well, can you explain it to me?
Oh, I'd love to, my daughter. But I just don't have the time right now. You're going to have to figure out this one on your own.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, GOFUNDME.
Hello, Kakina. Hello, everybody.
So anyway, GOFUNDME, it's crazy. So, Daniel's wishing me a happy Easter right back at you, brother. Jessica Gonzalez says, how have I missed 35 minutes of this? I just finished watching the Facebook Live a few minutes ago. I guess it was a replay. Weird. Yeah, it went live, and then I hit it to play it. Then it cycles or something. So yeah, we did that. I just retold the story of my dad pretending to kill the Easter Bunny. What dark humor. Not my dad. Nanaboozhoo told the story of his dad. Nanaboozhoo's not my brother. He's my cousin. We're Native American. He's my first cousin. Just kidding. Daniel Black says, Easter, a little guilt goes a long way to remember his name. Yeah. It's like, hey, I wasn't the one. I would have let him go. I wish I had Pontius Pilate say, yeah, go free. But who knows? All right. So yeah. I guess that's all I needed to say today. Well, everybody, I know it's a little early, but Michael's finger's falling asleep. Do you want to come up here and say hello to the people?
I look ridiculous.
Just come up here and say hi.
All right. Hi, everybody.
That's Michael. He's wearing a green thing. So, having said that, I am Natasha. Want to wish you a very happy Easter. This is Michael Lyons. That was Nanaboozhoo. And I will see you again. GOFUNDME. I know it's short, but my fingers are falling asleep. I'm sorry. I'll see you again tomorrow. GOFUNDME. And live stream. Okay. La-di-da.